Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. I'm going to jump into just kind of the day itself, or the next 3 to 5 days, I should say. And that is 143.71. And that is the high settlement price that was put out more like in the middle of October. And it held on subsequent attempts. We fell away, and then we closed above it about 4 trading days ago last week. 143.71 is still a level that can contain session weakness, and above which, by the end of next week or sooner, this 156.77 formation anticipated. We've been anticipating this for the last few weeks anyway. I'm not going to get into all that. It's hard to go backtrack on these charts, but that remains your 1 to 2 week target. And, working up today, we do have the high settlement price that was put out on Thursday of last week. And that roughly contained actually Monday's high. And so why I like 148.88 is not just because it's the high settlement price, but because the high that was put out on Friday, the low following that so far was on Monday. And that high was 148.85. So I do think if we close not only above Monday's high of 148.85, but also the high settlement price of 148.88, this should be reached by Friday's close, where we could top out. This is a level that can contain, I'm talking to day traders, 3 to 5 day swing traders, and 3 to 5 week swing traders, because following a testing of that 156.77 formation, we fall to channel support. Now, channel support right now is predicated on this trend line. I'll jump to this chart here, and that is presently in the mid 110s. And so what I'm really saying is, if you're given the opportunity to sell the mid 150s, 156.77, you can play the short side. We will give you the location of that channel shortly thereafter, or right around that time. And that, I think you're looking really for the 120s, because, once if we test 156.77, this trend line is at a steeper pace. This is all projected a little higher into the 120s. So what am I saying? For you options traders, what I'm saying is, as we push into the mid 150s, low 160s, which is the same formation on the weekly chart, you might reach for 120, 130 strike out of the money puts that don't expire. I would go about 2-3 months out on that, what I call a 3 to 5 week possibility. Now, we saw that happen in about 2 weeks back in August into early September, so it can be more rapid than that, but I think 3 to 5 weeks is realistic once we test the mid 150s or low 160s. And as I've also been saying, I'm going to jump to this daily chart, that if we were to close above this formation, we have just another week or two before reaching this much more significant one-year channel structure at 170.64. And that actually everything here is on the weekly chart. So these are the weekly numbers. And you can see how this range, this channel top that I showed earlier at 156.77, is slowly approaching and converging the more significant one-year channel top by later this year, later December. A big area to sell into if you're long, because this is a zone that could contain buying on a quarterly basis, and we could fall away from here significantly in the 2 to 3 months to follow. But we're not close to that just yet. So let's take a look at the downside. Today I've given you the upside for today, but the downside is kind of like this. If we happen to break or open below 143.71, 140.94 in reach today, that is a 50% downside retracement over the last week and a half or so. That could be it for the day, but if we close below 143.71, 3 to 5 day swing traders reverse and go short to 135.40. 135.40, this channel structure can absorb selling through next week. And from here, we can round up into the mid 150s within 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm not contradicting what I said before. If you're selling this area, I mentioned 3 to 5 weeks. The truth is, it could be more like a couple of months. I think I said you should go 2 to 3 months out on that expiration for the 120s, 130s. It is stair step on the way down. And so I think if you do sell the mid 150s, you can anticipate the mid 130s. These are both rising gradually within 2 to 3 weeks. And the bigger picture, though, because that structure at 156.70 is 3+ months long, it does allow for longer term bearish rotation to channel support that's presently in the 110s. And so you could call it stair step. If you're kind of a 2 to 3 week swing trader, it sets up nicely. You can sell, once again, the mid 150s in anticipation of the mid 130s, buy back in the mid 130s, reverse and go long again into the mid 150s, all of which are climbing on a daily basis, which sort of underscores the importance of the daily analysis and watching it as these numbers change. To the downside, on weakness, our next sell signal comes with a settlement below 135.40. And then you see this mid 110s within about another 2 to 3 weeks. And so I'll just I think that kind of summarizes the downside pretty well. I actually think it summarizes just about everything. Is there anything else to say? I will say that closing above, I think I've already said it, holding above 143.71, 156.77 is likely by the end of next week. Closing today above 148.88 by the end of this week. And if you've been long for the last few days or the last few weeks, that is a solid zone of resistance to take profits up to 161.30, 53 rather, and also an area for you big picture traders who like the 2 to 3 month swings. This is a zone between 161.53 and 170.14, climbing and narrowing, that can contain buying through Q1 of next year. So we'll leave it at that. We're nowhere near that right now. Last thing I'm going to say is just a reminder that if we do close today below 143.71 and you're a 3 to 5 day swing trader, you should be out of the market or short the market in anticipation of 135.30, where 3 to 5 day and 2 to 3 week swing traders can go long in anticipation of upward rotation back into what is now in the mid 150s and climbing. I'm going to leave it at that. Please click like, share, subscribe, check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of our 5-day free trial. You got 2 stock picks a week. You get daily triple Q, daily SPY analysis. The triple Q is testing a significant area right now. I think you should see it if you trade NVIDIA or Tesla. In any event, I will be back tomorrow with Wednesday's NVIDIA report, and you have a great day.